reach for your hand when the morning breaks. Before I remember the space that you left in your wake. The coffee is cold and the radio's playing our song. It's funny how minutes can feel like a lifetime so long. I've rearranged furniture, scrubbed every ghost from the floor, but I still hear your key turning slow in the lock of the door. They say time is a healer, a bridge to a different shore, but I'm still standing here, wanting just 1 minute more. I'm a master of faking a smile when the neighbors walk by, but I'm losing the war with the truth in the back of my eye. You're always on my mind, like a rhythm I can't quit, like a candle in a window that I never should have lit. I try to find a version of the world where you're not there, but I find you in the shadows and the silence and the air. Every road leads to a memory I thought I left behind. Oh, it's a lonely kind of haunting. You're always on my mind. I saw your coat in the back of the closet today. It still smells like the rain and the words that we didn't say. I almost picked up the phone just to tell you the news. Then I realized I'm wearing the heart that you didn't choose. It's a heavy companion, this weight that I carry around, looking for pieces of us that will never be found. Is it easier for you? Do you sleep through the night? Did you find a new sun to provide you with light? Or do you have moments where the world goes blur and you reach for the ghost of the person I were? I'm tired of running from a shadow that won't let me go. I'm tired of loving a heart that I no longer know. Like a candle in a window that I never should have lit. I try to find a version of the world where you're not there, but I find you in the shadows and the silence and the air. Every road leads to a memory I thought I left behind. You're always on my mind, always on my mind, in the flicker of the streetlights, always on my mind, in the middle of the deep night. I'm moving on, or so I tell the wind, but I'm right back at the start where we begin. You're still there, you're always there, there. I watch your taillights fade into the gray, And for the first time, I didn't beg for you to stay. The silence in the kitchen is a heavy kind of sound, but at least there are no voices breaking dishes on the ground. I found your picture tucked inside a book I'll never read, a reminder of the hunger that we never got to feed. My hands are shaking while I lock the front door tight, trying to convince myself I'll make it through the night. It's the right thing to do, or that's what people say, while they watch a house of cards just flutter all away. They say we're better off this way, standing on our own, building up a kingdom on a solitary throne. But if it's for the best, why does it feel like such a sin to lose the only war that I was desperate to win? I'm breathing in the cold, learning how to stay in the hollow, quiet comfort of being better off this way. The bed is twice as big and half as warm as it should be. I'm rediscovering the parts of me that aren't just weird. No more walking on the eggshells, no more bracing for the storm. But I trade this perfect peace just to keep your spirit warm. It's a strange kind of freedom when you finally cut the line and realize that your happiness was never really mine. Maybe in a year I'll see you in a crowded street, and I won't feel the floorboards falling out beneath my feet. Maybe I'll be grateful that you had the strength to go to seeds of a new life that I was never meant to grow. But tonight the better feels a lot like broken down, like a king who lost his spirit while he finally found his crown. They say we're better off this way, standing on our own, building up a kingdom on a solitary throne. But if it's for the best, why does it feel like such a sin to lose the only war that I was desperate to win? I'm breathing in the cold, I'm learning how to stay in the hollow, quiet comfort of being better off this way. They say we're better off this way, standing on our own, building up a kingdom on a solitary throne. But if it's for the best, why does it feel like such a sin to lose the only war that I was desperate to win? I'm breathing in the cold, I'm learning how to stay in the hollow, quiet comfort of being better off this way. Better off without the lies, better off with dry eyes. So I tell the ceiling till the sun begins to rise. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm just better off this way. Stars are hanging heavy in a sky of velvet black. I'm tracing every step we took and trying to find the track. The floorboards creak like echoes of the things we never said, while I'm tangled in the ghost of you inside this empty bed. I used to count the minutes till I'd hear you at the door. Now I'm counting all the reasons I don't see you anymore. One for the promises that withered in the heat, two for the secrets that we buried in the sheet, three for the way you used to look at me so kind before you left the wreckage of a life for me to find. Now I'm counting every tear that hits the dusty floor, like a river running silent to a dark and distant shore. Each one is a memory, each one is a prayer, falling through the shadows of the love no longer there. I'm a mathematician of a heart that's gone sincere, just sitting in the darkness, counting every tear. Keep a tally of the times I made you smile, but it's buried under miles of the was it worth the while. The salt is on my pillow and the sting is in my soul, trying to find the pieces that could make the broken whole. It's a slow and steady rhythm, like a clock against the wall, measuring the distance of a long and lonely fall. They say that grief is love with nowhere left to go, a garden in the winter that will never learn to grow. So I let them fall like raindrops on a window in the rain, 1,000 little liquid notes of everything I can't explain. I'm losing count of who I was before you went away, but I know exactly how much pain it takes to get through one more day. Tear that hits the dusty floor, like a river running silent to a dark and distant shore. Each one is a memory, each one is a prayer, falling through the shadows of the love no longer there. I'm a mathematician of a heart that's gone sincere, just sitting in the darkness. 999, almost through the night, 1,000 heartaches before the morning light. Still counting, still crying, still yours. The moonlight paints a ghost of you across the empty sheets, and for a second I can feel your heart's rhythmic steady beat. In the blue-black haze of midnight, we are laughing like before, No suitcases are packed and waiting by the bedroom door. I reach out through the darkness just to touch your tangled hair. And the oxygen is sweet because I know that you are there. But the clock is ticking ruthless on the nightstand by my head, stealing every whispered word we ever might have said. The stars are getting sleepy and the sky is turning gray, and I'm bracing for the moment when you're taking all away. 'Cause my dreams fade with light, like mist upon the glass, watching every happy ending shatter into past. In the dark I have you back, in the dark you're still mine. But the sun is a thief crossing over the line. Oh, I live in the shadows for the rest of my life, to keep from waking up into the edge of the night. Yeah, my dreams fade with light. The birds begin their singing, but it sounds just like a dirge as the reality of missing you begins its morning surge. The warmth beside me vanishes, the pillow's cold and flat. It's funny how a sunrise can be cruel as all of that. I try to squeeze my eyes shut, try to find the thread again, but the world is rushing in to remind me where I've been. Why does the day demand I face the truth of us, that we're just ashes blowing in the wind and in the dust? I'm a prisoner of the morning, just a victim of the dawn, waking up to find that once again you're really gone. God, I hate the morning light. Up into the edge of the night. Yeah, my dreams fade with light. Close the curtains tight, lock the morning out. Give me back the night, take away the doubt. I'm going back to sleep, where the promises we keep don't disappear. When the sun comes up, dreams fade, they always fade with the light. I'm staring at the shelf where your favorite trophy stood. Now it's just a patch of dust on the polished cherry wood. I walked into the kitchen to pour a cup for two, before I realized the steam was only rising for a view. The hallway feels much longer than it ever did before, and there's a cold metallic silence hanging around the bedroom door. I'm living in a museum of the life we used to lead, full of artifacts and echoes of a love that didn't bleed. Every corner has a story that it's trying not to tell. Every shadow is a secret in this hollow, quiet shell. I thought I'd find some freedom in the extra room to breathe, but I'm choking on the vacuum that you left beneath your sleeve. All these empty spaces you left, they're louder than a scream. They're the holes inside the fabric of a broken-hearted dream. The closet's got an opening where your winter coat should hang, and the silence is the sharpest song that we ever tried to sing. I'm filling up the cupboards, I'm filling up the days, but I'm lost inside the nothing of your disappearing haze. Yeah, the hardest part of losing you's a hollow left behind in the empty spaces you left that I can't seem to unfind. I went to buy the groceries, the kind you used to like. Then I left them in the aisle like a ghost upon a hike. There's a space upon the sofa where your head would always rest. Now it's just a dented cushion failing every comfort test. I try to play the radio to drown the quiet out, but the static sounds like questions that I'm forced to live without. It's not the things you took with you that break my heart in two, it's the vacancy you left in everything I do. You took your toothbrush and your books, your laughter and your pride, but you left a canyon in my chest 1,000 miles wide. I can paint the walls a different shade, I can buy a brand new bed, but how do I fill the hollow space inside my heavy head? How do I fill the U-shaped hole that's leaking all the light? How do I sleep in a house that's grown too big for me tonight? Empty spaces you left, they're louder than a scream. They're the holes inside the fabric of a broken-hearted dream. The closet's got an opening where your winter coat should hang, and the silence is the sharpest song that we ever tried to sing. Filling up the cupboards, I'm filling up the days, but I'm lost inside the nothing of your disappearing haze. Yeah, the hardest part of losing you's the hollow left behind in the empty spaces you left that I can't seem to unfind. Empty chair at the table, empty side of the car. I'm trying to be stable, but I don't know where you are. Just a lot of room for missing you, just a lot of room for blue in the empty spaces where I used to find you. I'm looking at the letters that I kept beneath the bed, and tracing every forever that your shaky handwriting said. I'm replaying every I love you whispered in the dark, searching for the moment where the fire lost its spark. But now the memories are changing, like colors in the rain. And every sweet confession is just a different kind of pain. I was building on a mountain that was only made of sand, thinking I was holding on to something in your hand. Was the laughter just a cover for the way you wanted out? Was the diamond in the promise just a stone of heavy doubt? I'm looking in the mirror at a stranger's hollow face, realizing I was running in a ghost forgotten race. Now I'm standing in the wreckage under skies of charcoal gray, watching every us and we just slowly melt away. Every kiss was just a curtain, every touch a clever disguise. And I'm drowning in the ocean of your beautiful deep lies. My heart was wide and open, but your heart was out of flight. And it breaks me how you look me in the eye when everything was a lie. You said I was your harbor when the storm was rolling in, but you were just a sailor looking for a place you've never been. I shared my deepest secrets, gave you keys to every room, while you were planting thistles in a garden meant to bloom. Did you practice in the hallway? Did you script your every move? Was there ever even a second that you had something to prove? It's a special kind of lonely when you finally realize that the person you were loving was a ghost in a disguise. How do I trust the morning when the sun feels like a trick? How do I heal the spirit when the memories make me sick? I'd rather you had hit me, I'd rather you had screamed than to find out I was sleeping through a nightmare that I dreamed. You played the part so perfect, you deserve a standing call, while I'm left here with the nothingness of losing it all. Under skies of charcoal gray, watching every us and we just slowly melt away. Every kiss was just a curtain, every touch a clever disguise. And I'm drowning in the ocean of your beautiful deep lies. My heart was wide and open, but your heart was out of flight. And it breaks me how you look me in the eye when everything was a lie. Everything, the way you said my name. Everything, the way you hid the shame. The always, the only, the me and you. None of it was real, none of it was true. I'm waking up now, the truth is cold and dry. Everything was a lie. Everything was a lie. Hey. The sheets are pulled tight, on your side of the bed, but I'm still repeating the last things you said. I woke up at 4 and I turned to my right to pull you back close from the edge of the night. But my fingers met air where your shoulder should be, just a cold hollow wind where you used to touch me. I'm a ghost in this room, tracing lines in the dark, trying to kindle a flame from a dead frozen spark. It's a reflex I can't seem to break or to bend, a story that's over but I won't let in. The muscle remembers the shape of your waist, but the memory is bitter and metallic to taste. And my hands reach for nothing every hour of the day, clutching at shadows that just slip away. I'm grasping at whispers and pulling at smoke, trying to mend every promise we broke. The air is so heavy, the silence is wide, with a canyon I've never carved deep in my side. It's a lonely kind of hunger, a desperate kind of clutching, when my hands reach for nothing but the ghost of your touching. I saw someone like you at the edge of the street, and for a split second my heart skipped a beat. My arms started moving before I could think, like a man overboard reaching out as he sings. But the jacket was wrong and the hair wasn't yours, and I'm back in the rain, slamming all of the doors. How long does it take for the nerves to go numb, to stop waiting for someone who's never gonna come? I've got 10 empty fingers with nothing to hold, and the palms of my hands have grown calloused and cold. I take the thorns and I take the blade, just to feel something real that won't start to fade. But the space in between us is 1,000 miles deep, and I'm reaching for secrets I'm not meant to keep. And my hands reach for nothing every hour of the day, clutching at shadows that just slip away. I'm grasping at whispers and pulling at smoke, trying to mend every promise we broke. The air is so heavy, the silence is wide, with a canyon I've never carved deep in my side. It's a lonely kind of hunger, a desperate kind of clutching, when my hands reach for nothing but the ghost of your touching. Reaching learning to fold them, I'm learning to stay. But my hands, yeah, my hands, they still reach for you anyway. I was standing in the line at the grocery store, just a Tuesday morning like 1,000 before. Someone laughed in the aisle, a sound I once knew. Then a stranger spoke the syllables that belonged to you. The world didn't stop, the sun didn't fall, but I had to lean my weight against the cold white wall. I haven't seen your face in a year and a day, but that simple sound sent the breath from me away. It's just 5 little letters, a breath on the air, but it felt like a lightning strike I wasn't prepared to bear. I've spent so many months building walls in my mind just to have them all crumble at a name left behind. I heard your name today, and the ground gave way. Every ghost I had buried came out to play. It echoed in the traffic, it rang in my ears, cutting through the silence of these lonely years. I thought I was cured, I thought I was free, but your name is alive, and you still have the key. Everything stopped in the middle of the grave, just because I heard your name today. It's funny how work can be a jagged little knife, carving out a hole in my brand new life. I wonder if they know you, or if it's someone new, sharing the title that I once gave to you. Did you change your hair? Did you move across town? Does the mention of me ever make you look down? I walked out to the car with my head in a spin, fighting the urge to let the memory back in. And I almost called your number, I almost sent a text, wondering if you're happy, wondering what's next. But the name isn't you, it's just a vibration, a ghost in the wind, a heart's complication. I'm a fool for the way that a shadow can sting, for the weight that a few little letters can bring. I heard your name today, and the ground gave way. Every ghost I had buried came out to play. It echoed in the traffic, it rang in my ears, cutting through the silence of these lonely years. I thought I was cured, I thought I was free, but your name is alive, and you still have the key. Everything stopped in the middle of the grave, just because I heard your name today. Ghost in the stair when I'm all alone. Just a name, just a sound, but it brought my whole world crashing back to the ground. I heard your name, I heard your name today. Fate heard your name today. I'm keeping your sweater at the bottom of the drawer, even though it doesn't smell like your perfume anymore. I still park my car on the left side of the drive, leaving space for a ghost just to feel like I'm alive. They tell me to move, tell me let the colors fade, but I'm terrified of losing every promise that we made. If I let go of the hurt, then I let go of the soul, and I'd rather be broken than be hollow and whole. My knuckles are white from the grip on the past, trying to make a moment eternally last. It's a heavy kind of burden, a beautiful way to stand at the harbor and wait for your fate. Oh, I'm holding on to you, even though you're long gone, like a star in the sky that's refusing the dawn. I'm clutching the echoes, I'm chasing the spark, writing your name on the walls of the dark. It's a slow motion fall, it's a desperate view, but I'm spending my life just holding on to you. I reread the messages you sent me years ago, searching for a warning that the tide was gonna flow. I visit the places where we used to hide away, and I talk to your shadow at the end of the day. It's a cycle of penance, a ritual of grief, where the pain is the only thing that brings me relief. I'm a master of anchors, I'm a student of rain, bound to the tracks of a departing train. Is it crazy to love something that isn't there, to reach for a hand in the cold empty air? Maybe I'm scared if I finally let go, there'll be nothing of me left for the world to know. I'd rather be haunted by the way that we were than live in a world where you're nothing but a blur. Oh, I'm holding on to you, even though you're long gone, like a star in the sky that's refusing the dawn. I'm clutching the echoes, I'm chasing the spark, writing your name on the walls of the dark. It's a slow motion fall, it's a desperate view, but I'm spending my life just holding on to you. Holding on to the ghost of your laugh, holding on to the broken in half. I know you're not coming, I know it's the end, but you're the only memory I'm willing to defend. Still holding on, still holding on to you. You asked to meet at the place where we started it all, with the peeling wallpaper and the cracks in the wall. You look exactly the same, but your eyes are so cold, like a book I read twice and I'm watching unfold. You said let's be adult, let's just put this to bed, while I'm choking on words that I should have just said. You're handing me back a small box of my things, and it feels like the weight at a funeral. You're talking about growth and the timing was wrong, while I'm trying to remember where I belong. You want a clean break and a polite goodbye, but there's a storm in my chest and a desert in my eye. If this is closure, why does it feel like a wound? Like a song in my head that's been stripped of the tones. If this is the ending, why am I still in the fight? Walking away into the edge of the night. You're checking your watch while I'm losing my mind, looking for peace that I know I won't find. If this is the door closing finished our coffee and you stood up to go, moving with a grace that I used to well know. You gave me a hug that was careful and brief, a clinical version of a mountain of grief. No sorry was whispered, no maybe someday, just the sound of your footsteps as you walked away. I watched through the glass as you crossed the street, and I felt the whole world crumble under my feet. They say that the truth is what sets you free, but the truth is a cage between you and me. I'd rather have questions, I'd rather have lies than this finality reflected in your eyes. You got your peace, you got your good rest, but you left me the hole in the center of my chest. This is closure, why does it feel like a wound? Like a song in my head that's been stripped of the tune. If this is the ending, why am I still in the fight? Walking away into the edge of the night. You're checking your watch while I'm losing my mind, looking for peace that I know I won't find. If this is the door closing soft on the past, why am I hoping this breath isn't our last? The box is in the seat, the engine's running low. I'm staring at the street with nowhere left to go. If this is closure, I think I'd rather stay broken, with the doors left open and the words still unspoken. If this is close,